was the first time that a film was made in a village, and we were trying to really catch the essence of a village life at that particular historical moment. It was the story which represented the plight of an individual, of a human being, versus the society which surrounds him. And therefore, it had this social dimension to it. There was also a metaphysical, one should say, philosophical aspect to this love relationship between this man and his cow, and the way he adores her, and she's pregnant, and a source of nourishment. It came out, or it was produced at the time when the Shah's propaganda was at its peak, talking about, the civilization and how we are now passing the threshold of the old civilization and entering into new civilization. They were always talking about modernity, and modernization and all these things. And then, they said, this film, which has become now a representative of Iran because it made, a big success in festivals everywhere. So they said that, they were kind of ashamed that, Iran would be represented by its village. They confiscated the film for about a year or year and a half. Even during the shooting of the film or the film script, they had problems. It's a story of a poor village. There's this Mashtasa who has a cow, and then one day suddenly the cow dies. You don't know why. The villagers get together. They hide the issue for Mashtasa when he comes back because he's out of the village. And when he comes back, they don't tell him, but he gradually finds out about this. They first start lying and saying that the cow has run away or whatnot, but then finally he finds out that the cow is dead, but he cannot come to believe it or to accept it. And gradually he goes into a seclusion, to isolation, and he undergoes a kind of a metamorphosis. He identifies himself with this cow and becomes like his cow, and he says that I'm the cow.
آخه تو چجور گاوی هستی نه؟ اگه گاوی دمت کو آره شاخت کو ها راست میگه بابا ها چی میگه ها دست بردار مشتی خیلی خوب بابا.
I was very much influenced by the neorealism in Italy, and also the classical films of, Eisenstein or even Griffith, and some of these films which they categorize it as art films. And I felt the absence of such kind of films in Iran, and this was one of my great dreams, to be able to make a film about the situation. The first thing that I learned from neorealism was to just look for the reality of your own, not the others. Try to be just yourself and try to seek out the reality inherent in your culture, in your society. And the closer you go, the deeper you go into that, the more universal it will be.